welcoming. Hello.
She comes.
Hello.
Grandmaster Judit Polgar.
Hi.
How are you, Judit?
Fine, thanks. After a win,
Nice to see you.
generally you're in good shape.
I have to admit, I didn't check out your game so much today.
Shame on us.
Or
I
shame
forgive
on us.
Let's go there.
Please excuse us, we've got a million gazillion games to go through, and you guys today played, we did
With
briefly
Venezuela.
look at Leko Iturizaga at the beginning of the round, but you played against Andres Guerrero Vargas.
Which
on
board is
board
that?
six.
Here we are.
It's
Yes,
board 4, yeah.
board 4, right.
How's Hungary doing in general?
Well, actually it didn't go so well, I think, but Amashi has a tough game, but exchange down,
Look,
so there are some dangers
Oh, against
to
Felix Inosa, he was in England for some time.
lose that one, but actually Black has some counter chances with the Great Bishop in G7.
Says Black's
I
totally
guess.
winning here.
looks like.
Really? Actually, a few minutes ago I thought we were worse.
I think
But
Black's
that's how
totally-
it goes, no?
Yeah. He's coming in with the queen, no, onto A3, and that's
But it's white to
It's
move.
bad news.
white kings can't do anything, right? What did he do? He played a move.
Actually,
Rook
it's
D2.
time travel, so anything can be.
Nah, I think
No,
Now,
Rook
actually,
D2
I
hasn't
like it
played.
that
Ah,
way.
Zoltan's
Turn.
going to win this easily.
If White takes back, something bad happens already.
Queen B4?
B4. Ugh,
No, now we're doing good.
now we're doing good.
In these last few minutes, it was on our favor, I see, because even Rapport had a pawn down, but now it seems like he's gaining back some pawns, I think. So
Wow.
he might even win the game. It was shaky.
Wow.
Can't even count the pawns. Black is one more at the moment. But Bishop G5 is a huge threat, isn't
Huge,
it?
right, yeah.
Well, still King
King
F7.
F7?
Maybe just King F7.
Ah.
But this is a Zugzwang, right? If it would be Black to move.
What do you mean?
Ooh, interesting.
A6 or something or what?
A6?
White A6.
Yeah, white A6. Great little
Ah.
Zugzwang. But okay, Black can play knight D5 in the B4 area.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Still gotta be careful. Maybe Bishop
Wow.
G5
He
wasn't
played
such a good
A6,
idea
but I
after
think
all.
that. Hold on a second. I think. Oh, he played A6 in that position without Bishop G5,
Okay.
For this.
and now King F7 looks like a good move to me. Getting out of
King
the pin.
D6, knight D5,
Oh,
yeah, D3.
oh. No, knight D5. No, this is gone. This is losing, right?
And if
For
King
what?
takes C6,
No,
E3,
E3, end of game.
Black queens first.
Well, I think maybe it's just King keeps on D4 or F4 and it's draw.
Really?
Theoretical draw. No?
Really?
If you go back. Well, the black knight cannot move and the
Okay, let's
king
try.
cannot move on.
Hold on.
Still says black is
No,
doing
this is
Black
completely
has
winning.
this move, which is
H3, yeah.
unpleasant because G3 probably some knight H5.
Well,
knight
okay, then
H3.
I might go H3 instead of King D4.
Ah,
You want to go H3?
that stops that.
And after
Ooh.
G3 to go King D4.
Yeah, that's a draw, but there's an amazing resource here. I'll admit, I've been helped
What do you
out.
mean, knight G4 or what?
Yeah, you've
Yeah.
got knight G4.
There's-
You take on H3 and play knight G4.
You mean in this position?
Yeah, you can take and go knight G4. E3 and knight G4 rather.
Wow.
That's
Very
amazing.
strong
You got the
with
two
support of
pawns. Oh
Houdini.
my
Not bad.
goodness.
That's
Knight G4 check, game over.
game of the day.
Is it game over?
Why is the game over? Just now the pawn ending is winning.
The pawn in. Oh, wait. I don't know.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Is that clear?
Wait,
Yeah,
hold
it
on.
takes. Yeah.
No, you've got knight F2.
Sneaky.
Gross. Ooh.
Okay, but humans would take.
No,
it.
you're
I
never
mean,
gonna.
That's not gonna happen.
But actually, that
Yeah.
might not happen. It depends. Are they past its own control? Well, you got it. Depends how creative you are. But Rapport, all three
Rapport is pretty
results.
creative.
All three results possible. What about your game, Judith?
Well, my game was messy pretty much. After the opening, I liked my position.
You wanna
Tell us
talk
through-
us
yeah,
through
tell
it?
us the key
Give you the
points.
most.
Yeah. Well, you can go knight G5. White played it was a pause. I played A6 line, and then white played F4. I went this knight G7. This is well the other type. Usually your knight is on F6, but sometimes I like to play with knight G7. And then it was knight f3. I think generally bishop e3 might be better developing move. b5, a3, it's against a4, bishop b7. And then here I might have gone queen c7 first, but I went. Here I was expecting bishop e3 and queen d2 after queen c7 to defend. But white went short castle. And here knight g5 was a big surprise for me, this plan. To be honest, I was not very much aware of this, that something like this might be. I think here if h6, then simply I get a knight f7, sacrifice and queen h5. This must have been the plan of my opponent. So I went h6, f6, knight h3. To be honest, I couldn't believe it that it is possible to be good for white. I mean, knight on h3. But maybe I should have just simply go bishop e7 and short castle. I wanted to be active, and then I went long castle.
You went for the kill.
Yeah, I was hoping to play h5 and knight h4 sometime eventually. Maybe knight c7 was in my plans. Queen h5 anyway. And here maybe I should just go bishop b6 and keep my knight on c6. Knight e7, queen e2. Now I guess white's plan is to play bishop e3. And now I was having a dilemma whether to play e5 or playing for d5. I have the feeling that I should have played rook e8 in order that after bishop e3 just takes in d5. And somehow my rooks are in the center. My b7 bishop might be playing
Yeah, absolutely.
nice after ed knight d5. But I went e5, and surprisingly my opponent took this.
F5 looks normal, doesn't it?
f5 looks pretty normal. Even bishop e3 actually, also another option immediately. And then my knight on f8 is not so good. And if bishop e3 then takes in d5 or d5 immediately. But my f8 knight is tricky because it may disconnected my rooks. So actually e5 I was not very happy after all. But fe I was surprised. It was a shocking move for me, to be honest. I took knight e5.
Looks like a nicer square than f8 for the knight somehow.
Yeah, but on the other hand, finally the h3
That's true.
bad knight took a nice square on f4. And now it became interesting. I went h5 in order to go knight h4 and knight g4 and g5. So to look at the h2 square, a4. So now it became very messy.
Wow.
I went g5, ab5 of course. What else? Otherwise, if knight d5, probably I just take everything, and then knight g4 is unpleasant. At least that's what I thought. Knight g4, and I think after g3 I was actually looking that probably I can go h4, takes, some mating idea. I was not sure it's good, but after this I think rook h4,
Looks close, doesn't it?
queen f5, g4.
Oof.
This was my plan.
Fast as
I'm not
sugar.
sure it's all sound, to be honest. But it was pretty natural that my opponent will take on b5 and sack the knight. gf, ba. Now I thought about bishop a8. I don't know. But at this point, after bishop c6, a7, I wanted to go king b7 and sneak to a8. Bishop f4. And now I went rook d8. Now again, there are many moves like king b8 or knight g6. Actually, knight g6 is the move which is, I thought maybe is the best. Actually, it's a strange idea white has. This is the reason I didn't play, because of bishop g3 to force h4 and only now to take on e5. And after knight e5, I cannot go knight g4. So this is what annoyed me a bit. And then probably white can go b4 or something. But I don't know. It is a dangerous position. Rook dg8, bishop c4. It was unexpected to me, but it's an idea to get away some of the pieces. Rook g4, knight d5, bishop d5, bishop d5. Takes. Yeah, ed. King b8. Now I wanted to sneak to a8. I thought it's my position is okay. It's dangerous because there's this a pawn, and once the white pawns can come with b4, c4. But rook f3. This is logical because white wants to drop his rook to b3 and b7 or c3. On the third rank, it is very strong. So I went king a8 logically, h3, and now it became real messy. I found an idea which is very interesting, and I thought with the black square bishop on c5, it can be really good.
Wow.
And I went rook g8.
Wow. Hold
Praying.
Take my rook,
Forces
please.
matters,
for the rook
yeah.
to be taken.
And actually, I blundered here some things because I saw d6, but somehow I didn't take it so seriously. But the original idea was takes, and if white goes somewhere,
Oh,
it's
I
not
see what's
possible
coming.
because rook h8
Nice. Take
here, rook h2, king h2.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And these things I like.
Yeah.
But after hg4, there are other lines like rook e3, then I go rook h8, king g1, and knight f3, which is also pretty nice, as if queen f3, then I just take this
A1
back,
side.
bishop c7, bishop e3, and rook h1 mate. So this would have
Nice.
been also very nice. So somehow I thought that everything is fine for me. But the Zwischenzug d6 was, I had the feeling that my opponent considers that he might be winning here. And so I went queen c6. It's important to cover the diagonal. H takes g4, takes, rook c3. If rook e3 to cover the diagonal here, then I would go rook h8, king g1, and queen e4.
Ooh.
Actually, there are some beauty lines like you might go queen e4 immediately.
Does that work?
Maybe
G3?
not. No, because rook e3. Sorry.
Almost.
No, but I wanted to play rook h8 and then king g1, queen e4, and I think it's just winning because black wins the game. So rook c3, rook h8, bishop h2, and now I got confused at what's going on. It should be there, and then I found it finally. I took queen d6. Now again the same idea threatens with rook h2 and knight f3.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. After
Sorry.
check,
Check, knight c6.
and if he goes rook h3.
Where?
If
You're
rook
spoiling
h3.
our day.
I'm a spoiler, but
Don't
we have
ruin the
to point
game.
this
No,
out.
then probably this is what's spoiling these things.
That would have been.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
Then it's gone.
Because the point is, if you
Yeah.
go rook takes h3, he just goes g
Yeah,
takes.
no, sorry,
Just
I
goes
have to
G6,
take
just
in
take
g3,
it,
but okay, then
Like that.
e4. Okay, so it was, but yeah, the problem was I think that white thought that it's winning every way.
Yeah.
And then he went g3, if queen d2, then queen g2 just in time. And then I went rook
I
h2.
see.
Oh, that's pretty. Queen h6.
And queen
Well,
h6.
it wasn't pretty for my
Oh.
opponent though. And
Oh,
anyway,
wow.
whatever happens, it's mate. from
Beautiful.
h6.
That's beautiful.
Nice geometry.
Geometry, yeah, exactly.
Well, it
Very
was
nice.
not the
Very
best
nice.
game of my
A win's a win.
life.
Hey, a win's a win. It's a team composition. How are you feeling? Because the last time you were here, I saw you in Tromsø. Didn't go so well.
No.
But this time you're on 2 out of 2.
Yes,
Yeah.
but it's very much the beginning. I mean, generally, in the Olympiad, you have to be around the first top 5 boards, 3 rounds to go, and then anything can happen.
Tell us
That's
about
the
the
goal.
board order. That's quite interesting because we notice that you are rated 26,
76.
76, yet Csaba Balog, who played Balog or Balog?
Balog.
Balog, he's about 50 points lower, but he's playing 3 boards higher. What's the tactics there? What's the strategy?
Well, actually, we had a funny team order in European Championship last year in Warsaw, and it did work out pretty well, but it was also partly because we didn't have some of our top players. Leko and Rapport didn't play. And then the team captain decided that, well, we all had to say our views, but generally he decided then let's mix it a little bit. It's a little tactics. And it is very important generally in the Olympiad to surprise your opponent, as you know with which country you're playing already the night before. But only in the morning you get to know the opponent, who do you play exactly. And it can be tricky because, of course, I'm on board 5, and so anybody can be left out from the team. So we are trying to confuse a little bit our opponents in the not the move orders, but the team.
In the team games, yeah.
Team games.
And Csaba Balogh is not so high rated, but he's a very strong theoretician, right? Working a lot with Leko, so he's a very solid guy.
Yeah,
and
he's very solid, and that's why also that usually against strong players he plays better than his rating, and they want to beat him very much, and it might work out differently, as it happened a few times.
Zoltan Almashi won. That
Great.
was expected. The Turisara game looks like Black's holding to me. I don't know if you want to get that on the screen.
Let's have one brief look,
Yeah.
Oh,
I think Turisara is holding here.
my former boss, Mr. Leko, he likes those positions though. No risk, slightly better endings and weaknesses.
But you've also got to make
gonna
some
be
progress here with white. Your rooks.
Let's make progress.
Well, maybe rook c4.
I was wondering, is the pawn ending? Is
The
there
pawn
winning
ending might
chances
be
here?
winning, but the pawn ending might be
King
winning.
takes.
It's a race, isn't
Could
it?
be winning.
There's no G6 in there anywhere?
Well,
have
probably
F5.
that's what he's calculating
F5,
right
F6.
now, because actually it was just move 40, rook e6.
Ah, he can take all his time now.
So
No,
It's
I
a
think
good
this is, no,
moment.
this is winning.
King b4, you go
No, F5.
f5. This
Yeah.
looks strong, right? Threatening
Nice.
f6.
And if f6,
Black
you
goes
can take
F6,
and go king
white
d5
comes
quickly.
first.
No, you must be in time here. No, you're
What
well in
the-
time.
Yeah.
You're
what do you mean? King a3, e6, king a2, king f6? King
Matt,
d4?
yeah.
You can just take.
Take on C5.
Well, that's what
then.
you have to do.
Run over. b4.
That's also winning.
Go back. I
Yeah.
can't count a4, b5.
No, no, you of course.
It
A4,
wins
B5
because it's
and
check.
queen with check.
White is so winning.
It's just,
Yeah, easy.
yeah.
Easy.
From
easy.
here, definitely it is.
So maybe
At once we
maybe
see it,
Peter's-
yeah.
Maybe Peter's winning. Maybe Peter's winning.
Winning
Yeah,
is
because
strong.
after-
rook e4, you don't have to take. But if you don't
But
take,
okay.
Then rook e7.
E7 's
looks
good.
very unpleasant. Huh? Something like this. I don't know. I wouldn't bet against Peter in a position like that. He's so good in endings, especially when there's no risk. He's relentless.
But even here, it's
Actually, it's with many people, I think.
Yeah, most
When you're
people
better,
are.
you love endgames. When you're worse, it's,
Yeah.
it's not so funny. After g6, king g4, yeah, right?
King e5, maybe.
King
I'm not
e5.
sure. I think Black might be able to hold this, but
I don't know.
No
You-
way.
you take on g5 and check, and then as soon as the king comes, you play rook d5 again. So take, rook d5.
But I go back king f5 and rook e5.
Okay, check. You can
Or
go
king
rook e5
f4.
here.
King f4, rook d4, rook e4. And then my pass pawn on the h file is
Okay, but
going
if
to
you
be
go now, you
Just
can
king
go king
e5.
e5.
rook
Rook
e5.
h4, rook
Takes
f7,
and takes and g7.
Yeah, this must be winning.
and you take on g7. And there's
Well, most likely this match will be typically when you say, okay, Hungary won, I don't know, 3 or 3.5. But if you look at the games, it was far from so easy.
yeah, very possibly.
But Hungary is going to win, that's for sure, basically, right? 2-0 up, and Leko, he's not going to lose this ending in
No,
1,000
Hungary
years.
will
so
win. But I think Rapport's in trouble. I think Rapport's in trouble.
we'll
just
have
look-
one look.
Any developments in that game, yeah.
Well, we'll say that. Maybe it's... Oh, goodness me. Well, you just go knight d5 ASAP, right? Because if king e5, do you throw in e3 and knight d5?
Or knight h5, no?
Or knight
on king e5.
King e5, knight h5, threatening knight hg3, yeah?
Could be in trouble. What was he playing? A roll? Is that
Roll?
Grandmaster?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with it.
No, I don't think roll is... I think
It's
roll
around 2400, no?
is 2400 international master.
Oh.
Got to be
You know
careful.
what my theory is? That Rapport, he lost some of his chest strength when his hair stopped being this
Crazy.
crazy blonde. Like now his opponents are getting less confused because he has his normal hair color. I think you should get back to it.
Actually, something went wrong for him in the opening when on the queen side they had to close it. It became closed.
Yes.
When black
Sure.
played
No, he's gone. That's gone, isn't it?
e5, black played, no, somewhere.
He likes his funky
yeah,
openings.
no, d5. d5, yeah, queen a4. Yeah, d5 here, right? No?
No.
Okay,
Some
bishop
typical
d4 and
stuff.
b6. b6 was a
B6.
nice move.
And
Because you cannot
can't
take on c6
of
because-
E5, huh?
Yeah, e5, and after bishop c5, it might work, but then queen d7.
Oh, the bishop ends up being trapped.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Well, okay, you can sneak out with e4, but it's equal.
And then
So
what happened? He had
actually,
to
b6
retreat
was
in.
an important move.
Still, B6 is not an obvious move.
No.
Yeah, I mean, if you know that b6 is possible, you don't play bishop d4.
Right.
Maybe he was bluffing. Let's see, 1, E5.
And
Yeah,
then
this
d4.
went
and,
wrong, right?
That's a shut
Yeah,
down.
no.
Yeah, and then
no.
a few moves later, white pawn was on a5 and c5, black pawn on b5. So suddenly it was only black who was playing on the king side. Forcing. And now it's obviously you want to be with
Yeah.
black.
Wow. Amazing.
So Rapport in trouble, but
Hungary will.
cruising.
Yeah, Hungary will go through.
So probably 3-1. Rook
Probably.
e4, Blako played.
All right, Judith. Well, thank you very much for.
We gotta ask one last
Yeah.
question, and you don't have to answer, but I'm sure you followed Hu Yifan's recent tournaments.
Good
There's a lot of talk, at least all over the internet. When is Judit Polgar playing Hu Yifan? Is there any chance this is going to happen anytime?
Well, it might happen if there is a nice location and nice conditions to that. Then anything can happen.
You heard it
You
here
faced
first.
you
Open
heard it
arms
here
out there.
first,
She's
people.
open
You
for
faced each
offers.
other in one game, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. In an open tournament somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But she's playing very well. She's very active. You can see that her preparation is very good.
You've been number one for 25 years.
And you know, I feel very strongly about Hu Yifan because I've been number 2 in the women's rankings for the last 20 years, but now she's overtaken me. And it's
Yeah,
really
that's
bothering me. So I want someone to put her in a place. But she's
Wow.
playing well.
I know a lot of you would like to see that. Anyway, we'll let you go because
Thanks,
it's
Lou.
dinner
Thanks.
time and all of that. So thank you very much, Judith,
See you.
and good luck for the rest of the tournament.
See you.